All right, I'm going to talk about the top quarterbacks in the transfer portal. This is day 4 that the portal has been officially open. The first video we put out over the transfer portal quarterback updates was on day 1, and there were 92 quarterbacks already in the transfer portal by that Monday morning, the time we made the video. Right now it's Thursday afternoon, and we have 124 quarterbacks that are in the transfer portal according to On3. That was this morning. I just checked a few minutes ago. It's probably closer to 130 now. And again, this is Thursday. It's day 4 of the transfer portal. So we have a ton of quarterbacks already entering the transfer portal. So let's talk about a few of the quarterbacks that have already committed and talk a minute or two about them, and then talk about the quarterbacks we were waiting to see commit. I mean, this is like, it's making my head spin. We don't do a ton of transfer portal talk, but if our channel is named QB Spotlight, we probably should do it. So trying to stay on top of that. So let's talk about Connor Weigman. Connor Weigman, the former Texas A&M quarterback, just committed to U of H. He's from the Houston area, I think the Cypress area, if I'm not mistaken. So going back close to home. I know A&M is not too far away either, but the U of H offense is one of the worst offenses in the Big 12 and maybe even the whole FBS, all of the Power 4 schools last year. They had Zeon Christ took over for them at quarterback, the former Louisiana quarterback. So I think bringing in Connor Weigman is a huge upgrade. I think he can fit that offense really nicely. They can kind of form the offense to be around him. And that was the same offense they ran at Tulane a few years ago with Michael Pratt. Now, Pratt's a little bit more of an athlete than Weigman, but Connor Weigman is a better athlete than given credit for. So I think he could fit this offense. It could be a scheme that could really do nicely for Connor Weigman. All right, Darian Mensah, I think, it's been shown on Twitter he's the number 1 quarterback in the portal, maybe. I don't know how they do those rankings, but the former Tulane quarterback committed to Duke, and it was like within a matter of like a day or two, right, that he entered and committed to Duke. I was a little surprised he left Tulane for Duke, if I'm being honest, but Malik Murphy, the quarterback that has transferred out of Duke, had a great season last year. So if you're Mensa, maybe you see Duke as the next step. You see some potential to develop. Again, I was a little surprised going from Tulane to Duke. I also think he probably could have gone to a bigger school, but at the end of the day, choose Duke, could keep that train rolling offensively. Thomas Castellanos, the former Boston College quarterback who entered the portal, I guess, or he announced that he was going to enter the portal still during the season whenever he got benched. He has committed to Florida State. So is he for sure going to be the guy next year? Like, that's my question mark. Are they bringing in Castellanos, to for sure be the guy, or are they bringing him in to compete with someone that's there or with another quarterback? Now they just had the name slips my mind, against filled with so many quarterback names. They just had a former 5-star quarterback hit the portal. That he was a freshman last year, Luke something with a K, if I'm not mistaken. Again, don't know if he's going to be the guy, but he fits Gus's offense traditionally from the standpoint of having an athletic quarterback, and maybe they view him as a potential like Jordan Travis type player, use his legs, develop his passing game, and maybe he can be a player like that for Florida State. And as always, if you're watching this video, let me know your thoughts in the comments below over each of these quarterbacks. We do a ton of quarterback breakdowns. We spend a lot of the time with the SEC, but right now we're covering the transfer portal. But let us know your thoughts in the comments below, what you think about these guys, and if I miss anyone that you want to hear about, let us know. All right, so let's talk about Devin Dampier next. Former New Mexico quarterback that is now going to Utah. This is one of my favorite finds in the portal. I may even do like a film breakdown video on Devin Dampier later on, because I think he has that potential. He reminds me of he's not the same quarterback that Diego Pavia is, but he can be a quarterback that the offense can kind of mold to and can give defenses problems. So Pavia gave some defenses problems. Like, he's not going to fit in every system, in every school, but he fit at Vanderbilt, and I think Devin Dampier can fit at a Utah potentially, right? They're bringing him in to compete. I think, is Rising still coming back for an 8th year? Did I see that? Maybe I'm wrong. If you know, you can let me know in the comments below. But I think he could give defenses problems because of his skill sets. We also had Walker Howard commit to the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, former LSU, former Ole Miss quarterback. Hasn't really played much at all. I liked him out of high school. I think he's a good get for the Cajuns. Jacob Zeno at Texas A&M. We put out a video over Jacob Zeno and why I think it's a good fit for A&M Aggie fans. Y'all been great. So let me know your thoughts about Zeno in the comments below. I think he can help Marcel Reed develop. I think that's what you bring him in for. You bring a veteran quarterback into the quarterback room to help the younger quarterback develop. You got Zach Pyron from Minnesota to Georgia Tech as well committing. All right, so we still have, we still have some guys that we're waiting on Miller Moss, former USC quarterback, waiting on where he is going to end up, waiting on Caden Salter, the former Tennessee, then former Liberty quarterback, waiting to see where he is going to end up. That's an interesting situation there because he had a really good 2023 season, and the 2024 season really dropped off. So I'm not sure what happened. The talent leave him that was around him. That's going to be an interesting one. Ashton Daniels, the former Stanford quarterback, he has a prediction to Auburn. Again, it's prediction according to the On3, which I really like their transfer portal tracker. If you're interested in keeping up with the transfer portal guys, I like their tracker. We also got Anthony Calandria from Virginia. He has an Ole Miss prediction from On3, athletic quarterback, move around a little bit, fun quarterback to watch. A lot of prayers being thrown up with football, but a fun quarterback to watch. Hank Brown, the former Auburn quarterback, had two starts, did really well against New Mexico. No, I said really well, had a good game against New Mexico, then got benched against Arkansas. He's predicted to go to Iowa. Maybe that could be a good fit there. That he does have some tools, but probably not SEC level. Jackson Arnold, former Oklahoma cornerback, he is predicted to go to Mississippi State still, although from people that are way smarter than me, they're kind of in the know, saying that may not be the case. We'll see. Michael Van Buren, the former quarterback at Mississippi State, I think he's a guy that can really make a difference in the program. I thought he fit that system really well. I thought he was developing. He kept some games pretty close that maybe they didn't have any business keeping close. They were fairly close against Texas for the first half. They were pretty close against Georgia. They did some things well, and I thought he played pretty well and developed. So surprised to see him go in the portal, but at the same time, I think he could be a good get in the portal. Preston Stone from SMU, I like Stone a lot. Won't go into too many details, but really good guy. I'm a Texas kid. He's a Texas kid, so wishing the best for him. I think he can go in at Power 4 and start somewhere. I do. I think he's got tools. I think Kevin Jennings was a really good quarterback that beat him out. SMU. And then Fernando Mendoza, quarterback I really like. He doesn't have any predictions yet. There's some, I think, visits coming up that he is supposed to go to. The former Cal quarterback had a great year at Cal and now going to the next step. There's some people that really like his skill sets. He could be a potential high NFL prospect in 2026. Golly, that's crazy how fast the year is moving. So those are the guys we're waiting on. Waiting on Miller Morris, Caden Salter, Ashton Daniels, Anthony Calandria, Hank Brown, Jackson Arnold, Michael Van Buren, Preston Stone, and Fernando Mendoza. Those are the main guys at least I'm waiting on. There's still some guys in the portal. Let's go ahead and pull up the On3 portal if y'all don't mind. And I'll just run through it real quick. Malachi Nelson from Boise State, the former USC quarterback, high recruit. Bama Dylan Lonergan in the portal as well. Let's go through Ty Thompson, the former Tulane quarterback that was at Oregon before Tulane. I think he's starting the ball game, and he will be in the portal at least as of now. We'll keep going. Let's see if we got any other potential names. Luke Kromenhoek, if I'm pronouncing it right, was the Florida State quarterback that I was talking about. That was the high recruit there. Malik Murphy, didn't even talk about him. Malik Murphy is predicted to go to Auburn, which is crazy. So he's predicted to go to Auburn. Ashton Daniels is predicted to go to Auburn. So that will be interesting to see what happens. Malik Murphy coming off one of the better years that Duke quarterback has had. At least I think that he set the record for passing touchdowns. If he didn't, then I misread that somewhere. But yeah, interested to see where he goes. Caden Veldkamp from Western Kentucky is a guy to keep your eye on. I thought he did some nice things the past 2 years for Western Kentucky. He had a big bowl game 2 years ago, and then he had a pretty good season this year as well. Let's keep going down. Braylon Braxton from Marshall. Used to be at Tulsa, went to Marshall. Underrated guy to keep your eye on as well. There's a lot of, I know like every single guy I'm seeing I know or memorize or remember. Chandler Morse, former TCU, now former UNT quarterback, great season this year. Where does he go from here? Man, there are so many guys. Literally, there's over 130-ish guys or so. Malik Singleton, the Arkansas quarterback, didn't get much playing time behind Taylon Green. He's in there. So y'all get the drift, right? If y'all want to go see the full list, I don't work for On3 or anything. They don't sponsor, nothing like that. I just think they do a good job with their list. 247 has the list as well, so make your pick. Devin Brown, Ohio State quarterback, big recruit, lost 2 years in a row in the quarterback battle, but there is tools there. Ricky Collins, LSU quarterback, high recruit, not going to see the field next year. Garrett Nussmeier coming back, he's in the portal. So a lot of interesting quarterbacks in the portal, some underrated guys. This is a guy that just hit the portal today. He's an FCS quarterback. I won't say a name yet, but I think he'll be starting at FBS school. We may do some more stuff on him. So anyways, that's the transfer portal talk. Wow, I can't wait to get back to real football. But this kind of makes my head spin like a freaking circus. But if you're watching this video, you are a quarterback junkie, a college football junkie like myself. So I appreciate you watching this video. If you like this quarterback type content, please consider subscribing. You can go back through our channel and see the type of videos we put out. It's a lot of kind of QB breakdown, some analysis, and hopefully, it's the majority is just spending time covering the college quarterback position. So please like the video, share, subscribe. It does help us grow. We'll have more quarterback transfer portal content out here. Then we'll also have some playoff previews, some playoff recaps once that happens, and kind of get back to the actual football side of things. As always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. We'll see you next time. Peace.